if they can secure Matumbaman, like a good farm speed, this should be fine, because I think Secret was one of the teams that used P really successfully and made it clear that it was one of the top carries the last patch.
You can see here Fata trying to put a little bit of pressure here over onto Zai, as just trying to go and mess this creep wave. Is going to be able to teleport out, though. But again, TP is a lot more expensive than they used to be.
They are,
Ooh,
but you do have to follow. Okay.
All right.
He ends up dying.
That's a second kill now from Atu, too.
Yeah. Oh, look what Zai's doing here. He's pulling. Oh, he messed it up, unfortunately. But he was hoping to pull this remaining 2 creeps into just part of the next wave. Because if he does, he gets free denies. It's basically like the best pull that you can do as an offlane. Because his team is tri-laning, at least at the start of the game here, this was pretty good for him so far, able to get at least 1 creep wave here. So both carries should get a lot of farm, at least if these lanes stabilize the way that they are right now.
Nice little cheeky play here from Snake. King is just continuously trying to be a thorn in their side, just pushing him back, making Nisha take the long way around to get back to that creep wave here.
Yeah, that's helpful. Just a little bit less last hits, a little bit less experience, all valuable there. Nisha gives him the tip. With that said, has Snake King accomplished a huge amount this game? Not really. He's died twice. Gave first blood without getting a boundary, and that was a little rough.
How do you feel about the fact that he's rotating just so much here? Because, again, he's still sitting at level 1.
I don't think it's terrible. He kind of has to do something, and he wasn't going to do much in that off lane there.
Okay, well, some play here going up here in the top lane as they're going to try to get the kill on Zai, and it's looking pretty good. Just need a couple more hits, and down goes Zai.
Okay, not bad. I mean, Cogs is still okay damage. It's 50. It's not amazing, but, you know, an extra right click and showing up at the right time like that is great.
I think it's more about the positioning, right? The fact that they were able to use those cogs to try to push them forward towards the tower and also, you know, towards the heroes.
That helps, yep. It's going to make his escape and more right clicks an absolute necessity. Yepster does grab the enemy bounty rune, so slight advantage here for Secret so far. But Nine's doing pretty good mid lane, 19 last hits, 20 last hits now, so he's slightly ahead of Beastmaster. But we all know Beast will be able to catch up most likely, so this changes.
Yeah, I mean, name of the game is just pay attention to what's being stacked here as Yapster makes his way over. They do have a ward over there on the side, so I'm a little surprised about this. Vortex right back underneath the tower. It's a good pull in here from Snaking, just holding them in place, and those axes are nice, but not quite nice enough, as Nine now sitting a little bit low, but should be able to heal back up again. It was a great play from Snaking, that timing.
That was so cool. It just, and most importantly, this the perfect value of showing how cool it is to be able to TP 900 range now. He TP'd, and as soon as his TP finished, he got the cogs within tower range. Like, normally, you're not going to get that same advantage. So great reaction and showing the value of cogs in this circumstance from a support Clockwork.
Well, I know we were a little bit concerned earlier on with Snaking's performance. Again, he did give up that first blood and died a couple times, but I'd say that, you know, he's definitely making an impact in this game now. And that is something that he does very well. I've watched him a lot over in the NA region for quite a while now, and that is one thing that he's really excellent at doing, is being able to kind of be really annoying, I guess, like put pressure on the map and show up just to help secure certain ganks and whatnot. Although Zai here, top lane, his call off. There is 33 though, so.
Really nicely done.
I don't think they have anything to cancel out this TP, unfortunately. So Zai will survive. Go right back over to his tower. Oh, look at the dagger coming in though.
Oh, it hit already. It was just an animation
okay,
thing. It did damage before his TP finished, but like it, I don't know, must have been a lingering animation thing.
Today alert.
Zai's doing a great job though. He's got somehow 26 last hits, despite starting in a 1v2 dual lane, and that pull that he did through is also limited Spectre's farm a bit.
Nine sitting very low here. Has to be careful, those axes coming in. We'll collect the Storm Spirit. Zai in the top lane is kind of running around here throughout the creep wave. So the two supports try to slow him down, try to make a play here.
Be kind of close, but
I don't think they can catch him.
Yep.
Yeah, look at this. He just turns back around, re-aggroes the creeps, and drags them through.
Yep, he knows that he's vulnerable up here, so he's just doing a lot of really nice maneuvers to make sure that his opponents don't get to pressure him and kill him. So that's why PA is just about 10 last hits ahead of Skeeter. Zai's been a little bit more effective pulling creeps and getting farm on the map. Doom is still getting net worth, and he's doing okay in that sense, but compared to Axe, it's actually about the same. Axe and Doom have about the same net worth, so I imagine this is a lot of small camps that Zai's cleared up, so maybe a little bit inflated looking last hit numbers.
I mean, you say that, but take a look also at the PA, who's just been allowed to basically free farm this entire time. 46, sorry, CS, and then 22 with those denies. That's a lot of denies. Like, are you? I feel like you should be concerned about that coming out from the side of Tundra here.
Zai in trouble.
I don't think
okay,
he'll be
okay.
fine. He's fine.
So absolutely, like he's got more last hits than Spectre by what 12 right now, so it's going to mean a faster timing. But the denies doesn't really matter that much because nobody's actually been in the lane. So it's a little bit. It's more just like the denies are just a function of lane control. If somebody had been sitting in this lane the whole time, absolutely, the denies is really worrisome. But for now, he's just controlling the wave, and it looks like he's going to go for a fast Deso this game. Not going to see the more standard Battle Fury into other items that we see on PA. And what's cool about this is different than most people are trying to play PA right now. They're still trying to go the old build. But if he buys Deso, that's going to make him valuable at the start of the game. Where instead of just being able to farm, and a lot of carries do need to get activated early on now to be effective. So he's got Deso and Yurde's over corrosion.
Ingswell connects, and that's a dead Yapsor in the mid lane. You can see the teleport coming out now from the Oracle. They're still hunting, though, perhaps trying to force Zai back. And I guess they're trying to do a bit of scouting, too, like we said. Got to make sure that if there are stacks up there, that Nisha is not allowed to just free farm those. Teleport's coming back out. The roar, a little bit. Oh, the Phantom went onto a creep. 9 still alive, though. Does have the Ingswell on him. He's going to be able to escape. Fata, most likely going to be the sacrifice here if they could get their hands on him. He's trying to dupe, trying to use these trees to his advantage, but he's not going to be able to.
Got a lot of damage between these two supports right now. So if somebody does get disabled, it's a big problem. But so far, going all right for both sides. PA really dwarfing the Spectre right now in last hits. He's about 1,000, or sorry, net worth. He's about 1,000 up on where Spectre is. And Beastmaster is dwarfing Storm by about 1,000 net worth as well. So they're not slowing down Secret. They're 2K net worth up already at the 8-minute mark, which has got to be worrisome.
It's got to be worrisome, too, because of the fact that a Phantom Assassin, especially the way she's building, does come online a lot faster. And we talked a lot during, a couple of different panels saying that, okay, Storm seems to be that particular, I don't want to say necessarily counter to Beastmaster, but seems very strong against him, like I said. They want to get on top of him so he can't sit back throughout these axes. Is this going to end up being an issue, though, that the Storm is just, a bit behind here?
Yeah, absolutely. Net worth is always really valuable. But I'd say the counter kind of goes both ways. Roar is really effective at locking down Storm if him or somebody else gets a disable first. So with 9 being a bit behind, and it's a little worrisome, but most Storms right now are just playing this Yasha plus Sanj build, or sorry, Kaya Sanj build, because it's a pseudo Bloodstone and it's more effective. You get spell. You get similar levels of spell amp, if not better than Bloodstone. Bloodstone's just really expensive, so you can basically get the similar item up at a faster time, and it allows you to be the initiator for the team in a lot of ways, which is part of the reason that Storm has felt a little bit more effective and less slow.
Snaking needs to be careful. I don't think he realizes that Matumba Man is here, and boy, does he do a lot of damage. So that'll be yet another kill, a third kill for Matumba Man on this PA.
It's pretty scary. He's got his first Mithril Hammer. He's very, very close to getting his item finished. He's going to have a Possessed Mask as well, so he'll be super happy to take these early fights. Spectre is usually a bit countered by minus armor, so this should be a good solution as well. So pair enough lifesteal, enough minus armor, PA should be able to cut through Spectre without too much worry.
Look at Skid. He's just trying to hit these creeps as Yapster goes walking by here. This definitely feels a bit tough now for the side of Tundra because the jungle is just full on invaded, it feels like right now, from Secret.
Yep, and this is a nice thing to do, very normal to go invade in this position. Doom going kind of an interesting item build too. He's maxed out Devour, and now he's queuing up a fast mech after the phase boots, which is really good considering what build that Matumba Man's going. Lots of minus armor means that mech is going to give him an abundance of armor on Doom and allow him to try to save his team in these crucial engagements. And when you have a hero like Spectre, who already reflects damage that he takes, putting more HP on top of him with an allied mech is a really cool solution to try to make these fights go a little bit superior. Oh, I'm really happy for Fada. He bought his first item just now, his boots of speed. Good for him.
I know, I was looking at his inventory. It's just been empty for so long. It felt really bad. But pressure here on the top area. Snake King hiding out the tree line. He is only, of course, level 5, and they have the Hawk. They spot out the courier here, so Zai is going to be able to pick it up. Of course, the urn was already completed. Snake King, though, is not looking like he's in a great position here. Does use that hook shot, tries to get a stun off, tries to do anything that he can to just slow them down a little bit. But at the end of the day, it's another kill from Matumba Man.
Eats the courier with the culling blade, gives a movement speed bonus to find the kill. Nicely done. Maybe gank here. No, he's fine. Yeah, not going to kill 9. Just going here to defend the tower. Want to keep this up as long as possible so it allows Secret to continue to pressure the map. And Skeeter's got Blade Mail finished on the other side of the map, so he's relatively happy. But the one downside that we're seeing for Tundra, they do have a lot of natural initiation, of course, as we pointed out earlier, but they're not going to have a blink anytime soon on Doom, so he's going to have to play a lot more of like a frontliner, please initiate on me, not my teammates playstyle. So I don't know if we're going to see a Doom get used for a while here.
Bottom lane, Yapster keeping tabs on Skeeter here. We'll open up. Vendetta with the Impale. Ooh, look at that damage though, Skeeter. Just gonna walk away. Snake King coming back in, but gonna really find an opening here. Does go for the hook shot, doesn't quite connect. So we'll just act as a buffer.
Of course you're gonna think I'm gonna juke to the obvious place. I'm gonna keep going straight like a noob and you'll miss. And that actually works against pro players. Because like, why would he not dodge this, surely?
The mental warfare of a Dota 2 player, man.
They've got already, though. They could fight here if they want to. It did force Skeeter back to heal, which isn't great for him, but and that mana burn is so annoying.
9 doesn't want to fight here. 9 wants to back off for now.
Oh, he actually is going to go Kaya into Orchid. He's not going to go for the Kaya Sanj build that we've seen pretty popular lately.
How do you feel about that?
I mean, it's good if you want to get kills. And again, they, like I said a moment ago, they don't have great initiators, so with the Doom going for a mech build. So if he gets Orchid and they jump on either Beastmaster solo or PA solo or either the support solo, it's an absolute advantage. And I guess if you don't go Orchid and you're playing against a Oracle, you're going to have a bad time anyways, because at least you want to jump and silence that guy before you go on the important core. Otherwise, you're just going to get saved every time. So probably a little bit necessary to go this build.
Smoke coming out now from the side of Tundra. And a big smoke here from Secret. They're actually just narrowly going to miss each other, but they've wrapped around. They have their eyes on 33. Gonna walk closer, Matu. Standing back, dagger, opening up, followed with the axes. The stomp comes out, he gets the Doom off over onto the PA, but the rest of the team, they have to get in there, and that's it. That's gonna be the haunt coming up from Skeeter. He's on the hunt, he's got the blade mail, but eventually 33 does fall. Snake King trying to get the grab here, trying to draw them forward. They'll get the soulbind off. On the back lines, the Zai shows up just in the right moment as he goes and gets the dunk on Skeeter. Fata will also fall. Snake King running for his life. Look at this damage coming out from Mataba Man, though, and it's Nisha with the axes from downtown that will get the kill.
A great reaction, but the timing is just way too strong for Secret here. Having the Deso and the Orb of Corrosion, that's -9 armor at 13 minutes. Most heroes don't even have 9 armor right now. Like Doom looked like he had no armor, and he's got an abundance of armor with his skill build, or his item build, Soul Ring, Phase Boots, and Mechanism, and he still died real squishy. Most of that was axes, but big fight there for Secret. That was Haunt, that was Doom, and now these cooldowns are gone, so Secret can just walk into Roche Pit and toss these axes until Roche is dead.
Plus the fairy trinket over on Nisha too. He's got everything he needs in his kit. And Zai has that invisor. Oh, he spots out Skeeter. They want to make a move on this. CA just went thinking, trying to get the call, not going to be able to quite grab it.
It would have been hard. The chances of killing him were very, very low, so they were trying to wait for best possible scenario. But I think it's really cool what Secret's doing with this PA here. By adjusting the build and going for this Orb of Corrosion plus Deso build, they secure the lane with the fast Orb of Venom in the tri-lane. Then they get Orb of Corrosion, then they get Deso, and now they can do this fight timing. See if 9 gets pressured here. Nope, doesn't.
TPs are coming out, though, Secret. Waiting patiently, it is Zai. Matu will show. And yeah, he should be able to just get out very easily here. Snake King also going to retreat, has that sentry, does see Yapster, but should be safe underneath his own tower. When it's only Yapster. I mean, if Matu shows up, things get a little hairier.
Yeah. So what's so cool about it is that it not only gives them this amazing fight timing at that early time period, but they can also destroy towers with it, because it's so much minus armor, and it makes Roche easy, because it's effectively like you have a slaughter from your carry position. So a little build adjustment and fitting a hero that they like anyways, and all of a sudden it just looks like a strong carry.
I love the way that they're playing it, though. They are just being so incredibly aggressive over on the side of Secret, making sure, oh yeah, look, you can see the timings here. And the jump again, though, over onto 33. Again, this is a hero that has armor, but it just doesn't look that strong in comparison to what Matu's packing here.
He's even picked up the ice armor creep, but the issue now is that There's a lot of magic damage coming from the Beastmaster axes. He's going to need to pivot into BKB or maybe some magic resistance shortly after this. But they take the tower and continue the map pressure here. And they're feeling great with this Aegis.
How does Tundra find breathing room here now? Because again, it just feels like this is very high octane Dota that we're seeing. They want to obviously, give enough time to Skeeter so that way he can get those items. But the way that Secret is just constantly taking over this map, it's looking very difficult. And we have a blink on the axe now, so they have to be even more careful. In fact, they find two. The jump up to the high ground from Zai, follow with the Impale, follow the Mana Burn. They even go. They have the Roar. It's just a beautiful setup from Zai.
Every single hero landed their AoE abilities on 2 heroes every moment of that. It was just incredible initiation. And it's really tough. If Secret keeps playing around each other like this, it's so difficult to fight. And in the meantime, they basically just ditched Matumbo Man. He just did his own thing. He's gone off Fada now solo, though.
Oof.
Oh my god, 3 hit.
Crit. All right, maybe they can make something happen here, though. Looks like Nine's going to try to drag back, trying to kite Matumbo Man, trying to see this opening, but he can't seem to do it.
Almost killed the courier, but luckily uphill missed. Would have been nice to burn the Aegis, but yeah, best thing Nine can do is cut the creep wave behind. He's got a regen going, so he's pretty successful doing this, but...
Look at the setup here from Yapzor. Then everybody just teleports on in, and down goes 33. These boots of travel on Nisha, man.
So while the Doom build was so great against PA, it doesn't do much of anything against the Axes. They do stacking, amplifiable magic damage. Cuts right through all this armor that Doom's packing with right now. He's just trying to finish his Blink Dagger so that he can get a Doom off.
Yeah, look at this
fight once again.
Oh, it's beautiful from Zai. I don't even think they had any sort of vision there.
They just killed a ward right at the start of that. That's how they spotted them here. Hanging out in the area, that was like 4 axes in a row. It is so much damage.
How is Beastmaster getting through these drafts?
That was exactly my thought.
I don't understand. It's too strong. It looks too good. It does too many things. Ticks too many boxes, Purge.
It's really good. I mean, and people have some theories how to beat it all, but if it's the best abuse of the patch, just gets really, really hard to defeat. And against some of these top players and top teams, they're gonna abuse it well. There's that kill. He jumped 3 attacks, got a crit on the 3rd one, but yeah, there was no chance Fada lives there. Storm playing bottom a little bit here.
Just have to be very careful. Okay, we do have the blink on the Doom now, so he is going to be able to be a little bit more of that initiator. But Yapzor's just done such a fantastic job this game, keeping tabs on all the big heroes.
Again,
look at this. Burns off the mana. Hookshot comes in from Snake King, though, and they'll go and they'll use their haunt. They'll hope that they can try to burst them down over in the back line, so be able to take down Yapzor. They've linked them up over here on the side with the Soulbind. Can they do it? Can they do enough damage? It's got that Doom down. Oh, but the Oracle coming in with the clutch save here from Puppey as they're just chasing him down. They don't have any way to heal him, though. He might still pop if they're not careful. No, he's got just enough as you find Fa to go down. Nine also. The roar comes out from Nisha somehow during all of this. He's still alive. The dagger coming out from Matumbo Man, too. He wants Skeeter. He wants his blood. Can he get there in time, though? He'll focus down Snake King instead, and Nisha says, don't worry, buddy, I got Skeeter.
That fight was basically perfect for Tundra with the double Doom on those 2 heroes. Axe taking him out of the fight, and Beastmaster no axes, but they just couldn't quite kill him. Puppey was just running around that whole fight, continuing to pump magic resistance and heals onto Beastmaster, and because of the current items that Spectre has, he couldn't quite stay on top of him and continue keeping the damage in. Beastmaster was just too fast there with his boots of travel. 425 movement speed is what he's running at with the talent and this. So Spectre just couldn't stay on top of him and get the damage in.
Again, just like Puppey definitely coming in clutch there with that false promise. They're going to try to make a play, though, on top lane, see if they can get a pick off on Yapzor, which looks like they'll definitely be able to do. The GG branch is dropped over on the side, but they have to be careful. Matu's here, and he doesn't have any fear. Look at this. 1, 2, 3, 4. Down goes Fata. There's a lot of people here, but you know what? Zai, look at this. Waiting patiently, wants to go in. They don't have the Aegis any longer. Jumps in, manages to go grab a couple of them. Matu's sitting a little bit low here. He's got to be careful. It does eventually fall. 33, though, trying to climb his way away. It's not going to be enough, though. Zai also going down here, and now Puppey also in danger. The roar comes out, though, from Nisha. Nine trying to sidestep. Not going to be able to do it, but they'll turn back around, and the damage is there. Down goes Skeeter.
You know, that wasn't bad considering their placement in the game. They picked off PA, they got the axe, they killed the Nyx right at the start as well. Not awful for them. But again, Beastmaster just looking like the hero of the patch right now with that engagement. But yeah, kind of crazy for PA, but I really loved what Fodder did. As soon as he got jumped on, he put an ink swell on a creep. If he puts it on himself and he dies before it explodes, it doesn't do anything. He knew that he was going down, but he ink swells the creep to give some nice damage to help them secure that really important PA kill. So that was nice heads up play by him.
That is a very thoughtful play. Yapsor hunting, snaking. He's gotten so much information this game. Look at this. Trailing around, might actually find Fata over here. Nisha joining in, they'll open up with the stun, plus the spike carapace, hookshot comes in, but they'll root them into place. Do they have enough damage? Do they have the nuke? It's not gonna be there. Puppy now, maybe just a little bit too far forward. He's taking a lot of damage, tries to buy himself a little bit more time. The Soulbind comes out. So Puppy goes down, snaking already falling. Matu being chased over here after Skeeter, but we get the double doom off over on the back lines. The Fata does eventually fall. Can they get there fast enough though? Can they do anything? Matu's already just run away, and yeah, that double doom was beautiful, but it didn't do enough.
Yeah, they just weren't quite ready to re-engage, unfortunately. Snaking was probably still healing at the time. They didn't have any follow-up because Storm had already burned a lot of mana, so whatever. They protect themselves a bit, and they, get one kill out of it? Yeah, they killed Oracle, but they did lose. Back. Okay, they bought back on the supports. My bad, missed that.
The Oracle bought back, yeah. But look at this. They know that the Doom is down. They know Soulbind is down. Zai getting into position, maybe a little bit off, but Matu just slices into the backline, takes out Fata. There's not going to be any Inkswells here. And yeah, snaking, he goes, he throws him up into the cogs, but I don't think he's the one who's trapping PA. I think he's trapped with Matu here as he just keeps dodging around, throws out another dagger. It's just very scary for them to try to approach this PA at this time, especially when you consider the counter initiation that they have as well. Matu jumps in, gets an advantageous jump, or, in this case, Zai goes in. You still have that roar. In fact, that's exactly what they're going to do. They're going to try to burst down the Spectre, and by God, they can do it. And there's just axes flying left and right here. And they just can't seem to get them to leave their base.
They can't. Matoma's not even taking damage from
doesn't care.
Oh my God.
Doesn't care. Fine snaking. Happily takes that. Throws out the taunt. Does a little dance inside the base.
He's got like 30% lifesteal right now between the Possessed Mask, the Morbid Mask, and the S&Y boost. And he's queuing up a Satanic. He doesn't need Disable here. He just needs to live.
Did they almost managed to grab him there.
Man, just so up-tempo here with this PA build and the advantage that they got from it. 27 to 9K difference. Just the racks.
I mean, this is that 0% win rate on the Phantom Assassin is about to change. I have a feeling this is looking very, very powerful. Yes. The way that they have played this game and the way that they have built the PA. But again, nothing's over until the ancient crumbles. So we'll see. Maybe Tundra can find some footing here, but it's looking very difficult.
It is. I mean, Spectre's doesn't feel like a carry that can come back at this point to me. His net worth's behind where Dooms is. He's got like almost half the net worth that PA does. That is why PA is just shredding him. His armor gets reduced. He's life stealing at least most of the damage that he's taking. And PA just stays alive. So, I don't know, Spectre just hasn't been successful enough in these fights like they were hoping on Tundra's side.
Yapsor's got to be careful here. They do have a sentry down. They can see the axes getting tossed out, though. It's always been Yapsor +1, it feels. Usually it's Nisha because he's got the boots travel. They'll immediately take down that sentry ward, make it a little bit safer. But poor Fata, I feel like it's got to be terrifying being anywhere on this map if you're not in the base. And even then, in the base, I feel like Matu will just jump in.
Yeah, and that's one of the issues of Grimstroke. You can't defend yourself very well against gap closers. You can't instantly throw a stun to protect yourself. So PA's the perfect counter to that, at least in these small skirmishes here. If you see Grimstroke, you jump on him and kill him. And you can't do much other than say, like, well, hopefully my spells will help you die back after I have died, 40 seconds ago kind of a thing.
Yeah,
but
not the best plan.
It's not. Dume is going back for it. I saw him thinking about going Ags this game. He went back for BKB, queued up. Now he's going back for Ags again. He's getting close. What it does is increases your Doom duration by 6 seconds, and it applies Break when you ulti. If he can Doom PA or Axe, it's really, really good. Ideally both, of course. Break their passive. That means PA doesn't get her ulti and I believe the passive of Blur will be gone. 80% evasion for 16 seconds, 22 seconds. That's going to be reduced a lot by S&Y, but it'll be a counter to the S&Y effectively. If you can get this, it'll give them team fight options.
All right, well, they know that the Roche is up, and they know that Secret definitely wants to play for this, but you have to keep in mind, Matumba Man has picked up a Satanic as well, so it really all depends who gets the initiation on who first, and also, you know, that Soulbind feels like it's very important for Tundra to try to get as many people as possible with that Double Doom, which they have. They've gotten the Double Doom a couple times now, but they just have been lacking the damage to follow up and actually get kills.
And
Look
for
at
now,
this.
they're just trying not to get initiated on.
Oh, yeah, that is a Spectre. They have found Matu, just slicing him into ribbons. One big old crit, and down goes Skeeter. Does have buyback. Snaking needs to be careful. He's trying to draw their attention over to the side here, trying to make a little bit more space. Matu splits him out. There's at the deck. Oh my gosh. All right, he's just absolutely obliterated. Now over on the backside, Fada says, oh God, please, no, please let me be. It's been a rough game already, but Zai, of course, coming in with the call, and it's a triple kill now for Matu.
I mean, why not just give him all the kills? It's not like it's difficult for him to pick them all up. Oh man, he's so
He
obvious.
just walks right into the base too, as Nisha. Follow up here though from 9 does have that Ags online. They'll turn around. He's got an Aeon just though. Has the Doom applied. It's going to be the jump forward again. They've got the Yules. This is not looking great now for Nisha, as I was looking for the opening. Finally, they do manage to take down Nisha. Nice and pale coming out here from Yapso. The dunk comes out from Zai. And 9 looks like he should be able to just teleport out. They've exhausted their resources. But look at this. Matu's just been hanging out in their base, hitting buildings, just having a great life. Goes back in for a kill even. Look at this. Just goes right back in again. Has to be careful because there's a lot of angry dire folk here. But again, they silenced up over here in the Oracle. He's waiting patiently. He's trying to wait for it to go through, and he goes right back in double-sided again with that Soulbind. It's very, very nice. But look, Matu just does not care during all of this. They managed to get the false promise off. He's silenced. He's doing everything, but he's still alive and kicking, and he's looking for more as he jumps over. They try to finish off 9. Not going to be able to quite do it. It's nice Inkswell over here onto Skeeter, but look at Matu. He's just running around in these back lines. Yapsu's absolutely fine. Snake King just sliced apart yet again.
They can't stop him. They got him really low, but he got one hit off with Satanic and he healed.
Matu just chasing after Skeeter, casually strolling on up. You can see Zai waiting patiently. He's silenced again. There's the Vortex coming out from 9. They'll use the whip, but again, Matu just jumps right back in. He sees Fanta. He wants us. He's got the Glimmer Cape on him, but there's the dagger. He is beyond godlike. Somebody kill this man.
Just got way too much lifesteal. He got the lifesteal talent of 15 as well on top of it, and they call it GG. That was just, what a timing by Secret. Incredible game by them.
Gotta pad those stats, you know, gotta get that final kill off, but yeah, beautiful game coming out from Secret, especially with the very aggressive lineup, and the, the PA just popped off so hard, Purge.
Yeah, I mean, he was sitting at the end, once he got Satanic, he was sitting at about 45% lifesteal. So out of any damage he did, without popping Satanic, he was gonna heal 45% of that back. So it's like, you basically have to chain stun him for 10 seconds while your whole team focuses him to kill him. And he's got 80% evasion, which they did not have the resources to solve in that match. So they just got way too far behind. Team Secret hit that crazy timing with the fast Deso on PA, with the mid pressure into the Roche, and that just bought them heaps of time to keep getting kills and make stuff happen on the map. So amazing game by Team Secret.
They looked fantastic. You know, hats off though to Tundra. They were trying to stay in there. We saw a couple of the Double Doom combos that looked really nice, but again, just not quite enough damage, not enough to make things happen. So unfortunately for them, they're going to drop this game. But of course, this is a best of 3 series. So we're going to toss it over to the panel for now so they can break it all down for you.
Thank you, Moxie and Purge. Indeed, we're going to break it all down for you. The first game goes the way of Team Secret. We're going to prepare also for, of course, game number 2 and talk about what Tundra can do better to avoid getting O2'd here. And we're going to talk about all of that in a little bit.
You ready? Huh? Hey, easy boy, huh? You ready? Huh?
Start your esports career now at play.eslgaming.com.
You love it, you wear it. What's your style? Get your merch at shop.eslgaming.com.
The first win of the Phantom Assassin for the upper division here. Everything got out of control in the laning stage, and I just want to hear from Brian how it got to this point.
Thank you, Shiver. We're going to give a little example of the butterfly effect, and you are not seeing wrong here. Fada has no inventory items here, and he has money saved up to buy a bottle 0 minutes in. Now, what that's going to mean is that he has 675 gold worth of items that he is not using in his lane. So we're going to fast forward to the first thing he's doing as support. Zai dragged the wave, contesting as usual, normal lane as a support. Just doing his job, but he's got no items. So Zai, he's going to dodge the Inkswell, and then he's going to fight back. and Fada's going to be forced to TP to his own tower. If we circle his regen status and his inventory status, this is not what you want to see in your own safe lane. So thus, suddenly, Snake King has felt the need to come to the top lane, and he's going to wrap behind Zai. They're going to get what seems to be a nice kill, but now, because of what's happening in the top lane, we're going to see what's happening in the bottom lane. Puppey is completely zoning 33 away from the creep wave. The creep wave is all the way back at the tower, as you see here. So he's completely zoned out. So since Doom is zoned out, can't even enter the lane, suddenly we have a 3-man gank on Zai, including the offlane Doom, 4.5 minutes into the game, and Zai is actually just going to TP away from this. And in the meantime, since they've lost bottom lane, top lane had a rougher start than it should have. Zai's doing just fine. Mid lane is going to be the only lane that is winning, and Puppey, who's absolutely free to do whatever he wants. Notice how Storm's the only core that's winning in the net worth department over his fellow counterpart. Puppey ganks the mid lane, and suddenly, at the 5.5 minute mark, they are going to be down by 2,000 net worth, and they're going to have lost all 3 lanes, and that's what happens when your support buys you a bottle. Looks like you guys are safe for now in pubs, unless somebody manages to win with it, and then I'm sorry for bringing this to your attention.
Thank you, Brian. It will take a little bit more convincing for me to buy that for my cores on the pub, because that was disastrous. Yeah. And it's set up for a very high-paced game on the side of Team Secret Team.
It's just funny to see old strats that I was using back in my day. I would, I think I was like 11, 12 years old. I'd first pick Riki Maru, and I'd say, hey guys, somebody pool me boots. Yeah. I'm going to rush Eagle Song, and we're going to win the game.
Did you win the game?
Sometimes, yes.
Ah.
But I don't know.
100 games.
Yeah.
That was the strategy. That was back in the day. Like, I wasn't, no rating. People were just hosting Dota, AP, EM, and you just ran with it. Point being, I don't know if that's the right place to take inspiration for pro level strategy.
You played easy mode.
When I was 11, yeah,
okay.
I think so, probably.
But no, yeah, I think we've seen the bottle buy once before on Viking. They've tried it as well, and on Oracle, and I think it's terrible. I think it's probably the worst idea that we've seen so far in DPC, simply because...
Bottle's so cheap, like, you can get it so easily. Just rush bottle from mid.
Yeah,
but what if you already have it?
No, but like,
what?
It's just...
Okay, so the only reason that it would work is if your lane is going to be safe regardless, and if your mid laner is going to be able to win the game hard, win the lane hard with it.
There's basically 2 factors here. It's, can your 5 play independent without items? So, for example, I think like Furion could maybe make this play occur because you can play off your trees and you have a way to play the game. You also need a carry that has a good matchup. So, for example, like Troll against some offlaners, he's independent. It can beat anything. There's specific scenarios that it works, but these aren't.
Yeah, if you're getting some item middle that changes the game state. But really, it's you take 675 gold from the safe lane, put it middle. But what will that give you? In reality, it's what, a null talisman?
Yeah.
Like, that's what you're getting. Does this give you enough of an advantage to crush the lane? No, because the enemy hero does not need to have a bottle pooled. He buys Quelling Blade 3 stats, rushes a bottle. You can't, there's nothing he can buy to make, I'll get both runes in 2 minutes now. That's not, it doesn't work.
Nope. We're going to find out what these 2 teams are going to do in game 2.
Not
what
bad.
Solutions they found to the problems that occurred in that first game of the series. So game 2, starting very, very soon, so don't go anywhere.
Sometimes
2, Team Secret, Team Tundra, Upper Division, Western European DPC League. Streaming Season 15 powered by Intel with Kyle and Tigov. And the draft has already begun, so we can jump straight into that one. This wasn't necessarily old draft related. I remember you saying at the end of the draft from Game 1 that Tundra actually had a favorable draft tee.
Yeah, they had the nicer draft on paper. I think Secret did do a really good job at kind of punishing the timings. And I liked what Secret had in the essence of speed. You know, like Beastmaster, like, it's surprising that teams are still not banning Beastmaster because it's like banned. Even when you counter it, you don't feel like you truly countered it.
Yeah.
Because you're trying to kill him.
You bought a free bottle to try and beat the guy.
And yeah, we didn't really give much credit to Matumbaman in that game because, of course, we were kind of yapping on about the bottle for quite a long time. But Matumbaman, his itemization was amazing. You know, go for the overcorrosion, lane pressure, instant deso, no farming item, keep fight, play with the Beastmaster. So yeah, just the way Secret played around each of their heroes really kind of shown. And I think the comical thing about that game is the pre-match interview. We heard about 33, how he loves playing in the offlane, zoning, you know, supports into him, making sure his carry's having a good time. He'd gone top after like a couple minutes.
Well,
he'd left the lane.
He can't do anything down there.
I know,
and
but
that's
it's just the
a
idea of the
disaster.
interview to the game. It's bless.
Yeah.
But what you're saying is Team Secret set a very high pace to that first game. Is that something that you're hoping that Tundra is able to match this time around as they get their hands on the IO that we haven't seen in quite a while?
Well, it's typically banned out. It's like
Yeah.
100% pick ban, if I'm not mistaken. And yeah, it's a team I'd be very afraid of giving a Wisp to.
Yeah, Matumbaman has been practicing it a lot as carry throughout the Season 1 and DPC Major, but are we going to see it carry? I don't think so. Oh, IO Tiny. Is this going to be just the Tiny carry, the old age?
I think it can go both ways. Well, Tiny mid, if not the partner, is still very effective.
Yeah, that's true.
Because you have great kill potential and excellent synergy with Wisp in general. Lifestealer second. It wasn't touched or banned last game, but you can imagine it would be here. Very good against a potential carry Wisp because of the max HP damage dealt through Feast. Likewise for Tiny. And you already have excellent delivery with your puck.
Yeah, it's important to have a call that won't just die to the blow up of a Tiny.
Yeah. You get a nice, your armlet is huge. And you're real strong. You typically can grab that about the same time Tiny has Blink Dagger.
I guess for me, the only downside of a Lifestealer is you are a bit more static in lane. You don't really make moves on the map. So once again, you're relying on your team to make these plays. If it is the puck mid and there's just now a Tiny mid against it, it's a Tiny favored matchup. So I'm a bit worried of the direction that Tundra's moving in. I want to see them be able to make moves on the map. Actually make some plays where, we outnumbered you and we're killing you, rather than reacting to salvaging lanes. And it's kind of been a trend of most of the games so far in DPC is they're not being super proactive. Their drafts do feel a bit more static. Like they've had Abaddon Wyvern before. We just saw the previous game where they have ultra late game dominance, but nothing to really kind of propel them into mid game. And I guess that really relies on, Snaking's hero pool, and him being on a position before that does a bit more damage, actually kind of can dictate the tempo of the game. Like he's played Spearbreaker so far, to no avail. He played just Clockwork just then. It didn't feel that, that impactful. So yeah, Snaking really needs to kind of come out and kind of prove his spot, I feel.
Yeah, Spearbreaker, also one of the heroes that we saw coming out from Team Secret. I haven't seen a lot of Spearbreaker yet, but these two teams both have picked it so far.
Secret is undefeated. My favorite hero.
Well, there's very few replacements for Earth Spirit Tusk. And I think those are the de facto 1, 2 in some order of 4 positions right now. Tiny could be played there, but as a core, I think it's a bit better. And then there's this whole host of heroes. You just look at the pool, you're thinking, okay, what has a stun?
What goes in?
What can do what Tusk can do, but not quite as good? And Spearbreaker's definitely in that B tier of maybes.
Tusk is still in the pool as well, though.
Oh, yeah, I mean, I don't think it will be for long. Otherwise, I imagine Secret just scooped that up, no problem.
Yeah, why not?
Again, interesting to see what type of direction Secret goes with their IO Tiny opening, because like we mentioned already, there's so many variations. Carry Tiny, mid Tiny, 4 Tiny, IO can be carry, can be 5. So, yeah. I still feel like this could just be the carry in the 5. That's kind of my gut read right now.
Really? I would disagree. I think it's more likely your 1, 2, potentially. Especially when I see a puck. I think core Tiny just becomes so much more valuable.
Just these bans. Oof.
And yeah,
These bans feel very safe laney bans, you know?
yeah.
I think I'm just touching on the interview again. 30 was like, I want to annoy that safe lane. And all these bans from Secret is like, you can't annoy us, Chief.
Yeah, well, I would say, favor the idea of a IO core.
Well, they're both strength heroes.
You would both play them on the safe lane,
Yeah,
guys.
exactly. Yeah, but yeah.
No bickering, please.
No, we're
We're just having a conversation. Mom.
Leave us alone, Mark.
Wow.
Was
Not gonna have to control it fast. Like, okay, so what are we gonna see in the bans then? Last two bans. What are we worried for? IO Tiny, generally weak against Disruptor. Might want to give a cheeky ban on the side of Team Secret for that. Any other things that are good against IO Tiny just by default, doesn't matter what position they play?
I think Witch Doctor was something we used to use back in the day. Maledict, very effective against these strength heroes, and you have pretty nice synergy with Puck Lifestealer. Also secures your laning phase. Can also really be run as a 4. We don't see it very often anymore. That was something Zai used to do back in the day when he was still in that position.
Oh, they banned the AA.
That's a good ban, especially with Puck Lifestealer already selected.
And Gyro, the last ban coming out from Tundra. So
now
far.
Now Secret need to kind of decide exactly what's happening. Like, is this the 5IO, etc.? Because this pick here, you can't flex these two heroes too deep into the draft. It's so hard to do it.
Ran into that.
Unless they just go for like just a casual offlaner. It's like, haha, you have no idea what we're doing.
Well, there's not many of them left.
Yeah, they're kind of gone. Oh, they just go for the Tusk.
Yeah.
Yep, strong.
There's just no reason not to. It's too strong. IO save for the Tusk support. You've already banned out the 2 offlaners that would give you the most trouble.
Yep.
And it was nerfed pretty hard. The spirit damage specifically, but it still seems incredibly powerful. Like, the damage was nerfed by like 40%, and yet I still see IO picked or banned every game, and first picked, I'm a core, and you still win.
Yeah, it's all about the timing, right? It's like when we saw the Broodmother game earlier. Like, the hero just has such a dominant window of the game where if you just play for that, it is really hard to deal with. And yeah, now with the Tusk pick, obviously the IO Tusk pairing looks much stronger. Casually putting the Tiny into the Puck. Now Secret in a very comfortable position with their 3 heroes.
This is where you you keep it open here. I think you take Snake King's hero, as we've been discussing, and 4th pick the Necrophos.
I mean, I think this is where you stop digging so heavily into your bonus time. This is all they have left. Team Secret has only used 1 second so far or something. Is this not worrisome?
A little bit, because you're just picking a 4 position.
Yeah.
There's no stress.
And there's quite a few options. I mean, this is gonna be...
They have penalty time, or are they just taking a long time to think?
They are just
Long
taking...
time
No,
to
that's they have 4
Explains why.
seconds left. They go for Enigma.
So that's another excellent... the meta is being shaped by these strength heroes.
Yeah.
That just stacks our
Secret
ability.
take it, okay.
That is so good. That would have been perfect for Tundra. They deny it completely. In addition, they quick pick. And now Tundra, to your point, they have 20 seconds to decide now in response to a hero that is very specific in how you have to prepare against it.
Yeah, and Team Secret, they snap picked it. They know that Tundra is pressed for time, so
Yeah,
they're
that's
gonna
good,
try
that's
to
good.
put that gas
really
a little
smart.
bit more.
I
A
like
little more pressure.
The issue, I guess, for Tundra is simply, okay, they go for a brew. This potentially
Team
just
fight.
could just be, like there's flexibility through the roof right now for Tundra, but like it just doesn't feel that nice because they have so many static heroes.
Yep.
Lifesteal sits in his lane, Enigma sits in his lane or jungle, and then Brew, Puck, they're kind of fight enablers, but not the primary damage source.
Okay.
Puck to some degree can be that.
You're going to last pick mid here, though, I think. I mean, depends. I think you're going Fata hero or you're going 9 hero. It's Enigma Brew in the off lane. 3-3 will likely play the Brew just because that's one of his specialty heroes. The Enigma's great going back to that strength hero meta because you have percent-based damage from your pulse and then pure damage in a way.
Fata also really likes
Natural
those
Filter Crest.
tanky 5s, though. The Brewmaster comes to mind
Yes.
for that.
But can you put Enigma against IO Tusk?
No, Enigma can technically lane in every lane just because of the reset potential. But I just feel like it's more about pacing of the game, right? Like we just saw how Secret won the first game. It's the ability to collapse that laning phase and have just strong team timings, right?
Yeah.
And I feel like Tundra going from game 1 to game 2, they've identified that, but they've not really answered the problem. They've just kind of doubled down on, okay, we'll have the better team fight at some point. And that worries me for Tundra because, again, a lack of early damage. So this last pick, which, again, like Carl said, should most likely be the mid lane. It needs to have such a good laning matchup to have one lane go their way in a way in which he can pivot into the game to connect the pieces.
And the beauty of this Secret lineup is that the Tiny is now your only versatile core left in a way, because it's either Tusk top, it's Necro in the off lane, but with Tiny, that's a perfectly fine lane, or the Tiny can just be mid. You late pick a Yapzor hero. So you're going to see Tundra's full lineup in all potential mid matchups.
Yeah, it looks like from Secret's bans, though, they just think it's puck mid, and they're looking for the active 4. Because, yeah, again, like the other variation is just Brew lifesteal safe lane, and then Enigma off lane plus some active 4.
Tundra think that it's a Wisp for Yapzor.
Yeah, or Tusk for Yaps or Wisp for Poppy.
Yes.
Because, yeah, they are banning out the Nisha heroes, actually.
Yeah. Secret has last pick, so they can choose exactly what they want. Like, they can decide, is the Io going to be the carry? Because pretty much Io, Tiny, Tusk flex so well within the ranks. And, yeah, they've picked 4 heroes that are all around the shop. And Tundra, because they don't know where anything's going, they're just trying to go, okay, this hero's kind of good for this hero.
I just want to say, again, I love that Secret took Necrophos here. It's great synergy with their draft, if you look at it. But it's also just would have been perfect for Tundra. Like, there's no reason for them to be thinking that way because Necro's kind of new.
No time remaining.
My fear, though, for Tundra in that scenario is no pick here feels that good just because of
Fodder hero.
Yeah, just casual Jakiri.
Mid puck.
Ice Path against Io, good. Snowball, Ice Path very strong.
There's a lot of wombo combo potential coming out.
I hope
for
to see a
Tundra.
Macropire Black Hole.
Yeah.
You get some cool combos.
And the Dream Coil to set up the black hole.
Well, it's really nice when you have Brew as well to have something to drop down on. And in this case, Macropire Ice Path is a great setup. As you said, tons of pushing power and a very strong bottom lane. But I am worried about their just overall damage output.
The entry into the game is item-based, not level-based.
Exactly.
They're going to have some nice defensive plays where it's like under tower, you're going to have the puck rotation in, maybe Jakiru's chipping in lane. But yeah, they are very much relying on Secret not, over-forcing the map. And,
it's so much easier for a Tiny Tusk to kill things than it is for, you basically have Coil and Ice Paths to try and lock people down. It's very difficult.
I
need
think
a fast HOD on it.
if we're going to continue with online leagues, I think it will be very beneficial for all of us to learn how to lip read.
That's true. Or just have... Okay, there you go, Luna. Yeah, they want to get out of the game. That's nice. So yeah, it is just going to be the puppy supporting the end of the debt time. And yeah, that's just Secret taking a read on the draft, which is like, okay, you've drafted such a long to come online lineup that is so locked into farming. We can just, get out of the game.
They're just... Luna...
Okay, so in regards to... So Secret has a really nice tempo-based lineup. And of course, like Game 1, they're the ones on the timer, but they clearly executed well. I think for Tundra, what we need to look for from them is Jakiru needs to really unlock the lane. He is a good counter to both Tusk and Necro. His Jaw Breath pretty much mitigates both of their presence. And it's going to be kind of what type of greed can come out in the offlane from the Enigma, ensuring 33 gets a good game. If 33 starts rotating well, pressuring whilst Luna's catching up in farm. Yeah, it's Tundra's numbers game is so critical, and just ensure that they can rebuttal a couple early fights, unlike they did in Game 1. Maybe they can get to a strong timing, but yeah, it's going to be rough, because Secret just has a really nice snowballing-esque draft.
Worse draft than the first game for Tundra.
Depends on if they
From
buy any
the way you guys are talking about it.
Yeah, on paper,
If they don't-
Tundra's first draft had a nicer looking timing.
Yeah.
This draft is a lot weaker because of the lack of damage, and they rely on just Black Hole. And I think when you have a draft which is Black Hole-centric, it often doesn't go as well as you think it is. You're not always hitting the 4-5 man, so yeah.
Surely there will be a bottle pool.
I think they have a much easier time, though. I would disagree just that if they can, in an even game at 15 minutes, Tundra's in a great spot. The Brewmaster Enigma combo is just more team fights than all of Secret put together. Luna needs a BKB before Secret can safely take team fights. In fact, they can't fight into these two team fight monsters. So I think if Tundra can just survive the laning phase, Nisha doesn't just run away with it, they'll actually be in an okay position.
All right, well, let's find out how these lanes are going to play itself out. We're heading over to our commentary duo of Moxie and Purge.
All right, Purge, we've got game number 2, and it looks like this time around, we've got a little bit more of an even draft. It seems like our panel feels a bit more confident this time in the side of Tundra, but the big qualifier here is you can't let Nisha get out of control.
Yeah, Nisha could have a really good game for sure. It makes me think of what we saw Limp do the other day on his mid-tiny. Most games he plays mid-tiny, he has a great time. But yeah, if he gets a good blink dagger timing and goes around pressuring the map, it's going to slow down Tundra a lot and make things a little scary for sure. So got to be careful. And the hard part is, as well as that, Tiny just has a lot of HP and a lot of armor once he gets 1 point in his ultimate. So even ganking him feels really difficult. So the game's going to be a lot of just trying to stabilize until they can get their really strong teamfight ultimates available on Tundra.
I think that thing that's a little bit concerning for me as well, you know, we talked about Nisha not having that great start to the game. You don't really have the kind of heroes that are going to be able to make these rotations to really punish him if he starts to, you know, get out of control or just, you know, slow him down at all. I think that's a big problem. As Fata is going to walk right past the grouping of Secret here, as is 9, as they're just going to comb through the area, try to get some information, and just go on for a full invasion. You have some nice deep wards put down too, if you take a look up both sides of the map here.
Yeah, both of these are going to help spot couriers and things like that, so it'll be pretty useful. Bounty rune fights. Be surprised if Snake can get one, but he does. Okay. Not too bad. 2 and 2 for both teams.
He's taking a lot of damage though here from Yapster. That tag team, of course, just so good.
In his itemization, he didn't buy any regen at the start, so just a lot of free damage here. And Yapster will pick up that experience as well when he denies one of the creeps. He'll just go back to Fountain to heal right now because of this. I'm curious to see how he plays the Enigma for. Enigma has lost some viability as a support because of the change to demonic conversion, and then Enigma fell off a little bit, but we'll see what he does here, if he can make it work.
That's the nice thing about, you know, the start of new patches, right? Is you get to see what's working, what's not, and what, you know, people want to really experiment with. I'm interested, though, with this Luna pickup. I don't think we've seen too many Lunas in this region be super successful.
Yeah, they haven't been super common just yet. I like what Secret's doing with the lane setup too. Luna plus Io as the dual off lane to basically lane up against the lifesteal. Lifesteal has an attack range disadvantage there, and even like trying to harass with the lifesteal wouldn't feel good anyway. So now they're going to lane swap. 3-3 now comes top, and we'll see if they do TP rotations. But for now, it just looks like Secret's going to try lane this.
Your last move.
And they do manage to spot out Yapster over there in the corner because the tree is, of course, cut down. So Fata already moving a little bit further back is protecting that courier. And looks like he'll TP bottom to help secure farm here for Skeeter.
Definitely needed. If you don't have some kill potential against the Necrophos, he's almost always just going to out-regen you. Because every time that a creep can be last hit, you come up, you do a Death Pulse, you get about 30 mana and HP back from every creep blast that you get, so it just becomes a disadvantageous trade. But with Jakiro now here with Lifesteal, now they can actually slap Necro repeatedly and force him out of lane with some trades. So it's actually going to be a lot better here for Tundra.
Are you fine with this, though, because of the fact that your Luna's getting very nice farm in that top lane for the most part, and yes, you're forcing Zai back, but I think he doesn't mind just, you know, kind of getting those levels.
I mean, so far seems okay. 3-3 dodges the tri-lane attempt on his life, and he's going to run for the hills now, skilling up Drunken Brawler to run away if he needs to, forcing Luna to chase everywhere. Got some weird stuff happening. And Snake King's just jungling in the meantime, so if he feels confident about this jungling situation with Enigma, and they feel like they're getting value out of it, then go for it. Let's see it work.
Bottom lane, they're trying to make plays here on Fata, and he is going to be the first blood. Zai here needs to be careful as well. He's going to turn back around. He can heal right back up again. This is getting very, very close. Zai trying to kite as much as he can. They're trying to put out more damage. Zai, is he going to have that final death pulse? Yes, he does. He gets a double kill in this bottom lane.
Wow, it's really unfortunate that Zai gets the kill, because then he gets that extra multiplier for regen. So it's like 6 times better for heroes. So he got like almost 200 HP from heal and mana from getting that first kill on the Jakiro. Great rotation by Yapstor.
And definitely pays off that Zai was so patient during all this, as he does turn around here. We'll continue to put a little bit of damage over onto Fatia, but look at this. They just sit so close here. Skeeter's hoping, he's trying really hard, but this Death Pulse and the fact that Zai is able to just move himself away and kite the entire time.
He knew his limits. He played that so well. Yep, hits him again, another Death Pulse, and it's healing Yapster the whole time too, so just, you know, great dual lane there. And this is what kind of breaks Necropros. I mean, he got a pretty small buff to Heartstopper heal stuff, but like if the numbers are good, then it just feels like one of those lane winner heroes that pros can abuse so well.
Be interested to see if they're going to try to make some pinstring movement again over here on Fata, with the Tusk making his way back to lane after he's picked up the bounty rune. But nope, he's just going to kind of hang out over here on the side, maybe rotate over towards that mid lane as well. 4 minutes coming up.
And Zai's able to pick up the Ring of Health now, which is going to give him even more regen and basically guarantee that even if Skeeter does walk up and slap him, that he should be able to offset this.
The toss-up, man. The amount of damage as Yapster comes running in here. Not going to be able to quite get their hands over on 9, but will be able to do some damage here to Snaking. Not quite enough, though, to get the kill as I in the bottom lane, now that they know that there's no Tusk to protect him, did try to make some plays here onto this Necrophos.
Ooh, he gets it. Oh, big kill for 9 here on the... well, maybe not going to get it. Okay, looked really close. He basically did a Waning Rift in short range and then Orb to hit Nisha to save his damage, and he got the Water Rune. It looked like he would get a kill, but he was able to squeak out. But either way, nice play by 9 there. Zai may be in trouble bottom, though. Dual Breath, some slaps, and he doesn't have Ghost Shroud. This is looking dangerous. Yeah, they get him.
Yep, just identifying that, again, Yapster was a little bit off to the side there, so they had the opportunity to get a nice pick off.
Pretty good amount of damage coming from Shakiro.
And it definitely feels so anticlimactic now at the 5-minute mark. We've just been so trained to, oh my god, runes, we gotta go, it's nighttime. Now it's just, oh, it's nighttime, okay.
And the 10-minute mark, same thing.
Yeah.
It's like not as big of a deal.
It just doesn't feel right.
Once we learn our multiplication tables, then the stress is going to come back, and it's me more often.
Yeah, great. Just what every Dota player needs is more stress. Wonderful. Very much looking forward to that. Dream Coil is going to get used over here in the mid lane as we go. They'll drop the Midnight Pulse, but again, Tiny, he's fairly tanky here. Waning Rift plus that Illusory Orb. Not going to be quite enough, though, to take down Nisha, who's just going to bottle up right again and survive. Ice Path, though, down in the bottom lane. Zai, Snowball coming out. They'll stun up Skeeter, and they'll buy a little bit more space, a little bit more time. He is going to tick down a little bit to the damage coming out from Fada, but shouldn't be enough to get this kill.
Yeah, the 9 apologizing there. I think his silence came a little bit late, and the Avalanche basically prevented Snaking from casting Demonic Conversion and the Malefice follow-up. If he gets Malefice off, I think they get Nisha with a kill there, but because it came a little bit late, it was rough there. We're getting some harassing with help from Fada once again. Luna, completely free farm, so same game state as last game and this game. Matamaman just getting tons and tons of farm, and he's skilling, likely to max out Moonglaze and potentially Lunar Blessing as well. So he should have a really, really good farm rate while being able to transition into strong team fighting.
He's just been having such really nice laning phases this entire series, honestly. They just haven't put a lot of pressure on him. They've made the space. Just Matu having great time.
It's probably just a draft priority, something they think about in the draft, where they're going to get their setups, how much they're going to commit to a tri lane potentially, and because if Matamaman has these good laning stages, he makes very, 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 very few mistakes in the late game, and that's one of the best values you can have in a hard carry. So give him that good early game, you're going to have a great time.
33 doing the best that he can over here. He's had a lot of harass being tossed upon him, of course, when you've got the Io and the Luna both ranged in that lane, but managing to just stick in there and be able to get the experience. A little bit of a skirmish down here at this camp, trying to contest over Zai and Apsor.
Life's hard as a neutral creep, and everyone wants to kill you, basically.
I mean, to be fair, in the game, everyone wants to kill you as well.
True. On the enemy team, at least you have some friends. Neutral creeps, I guess they have friends. They just have to move out of their house and then get some squatters, and they have friends.
I don't know, man. You play pubs, you can easily have people on your own team become your enemies who want to kill you too. It just depends on a couple factors. But some nice stacks over here. Matu's going to be able to accelerate even faster thanks to the stacking of Puppy.
An interesting skill build too. He's not maxing out Glaives first. He got 3 points in Lunar Blessing just to give himself better night vision. And I mean, if they do go for kills, it'll be way better because that's 10 extra damage on the IO. Tiny gets ulted in the bot river, see if they get a kill this time.
It's going to take 3 of them to take him down, but they should eventually be able to find this. Nisha will fall to the hands of 9.
Cool. They basically made the Puck and the Enigma feel really good here, because with Dream Coil, you're not going to want to break that coil, so they just dropped down Midnight Pulse, and all of a sudden you're getting 30 to 40% of their max HP as magical damage. Works out well.
Zai with the scythe here, trying to make enough damage over on Snake. You're not going to quite find his Yapster, but takes in. It is pretty difficult, though, to get your hands on this Puck to hold him in place. So have those teleports come in, but top lane, Puppy and Matu are forcing the tower a bit, and they get the fortification out. You spot out 33 over here on the side. They'll toss out a little warning glaive.
He's going to be fine, though. I mean, his net worth is not going to be amazing, but he's got levels, which is by far the most important thing you can have on Brewmaster, and he's picked up Earn now, so now you can actually trigger Cinder Brew from distance as the team fights develop. So far, things are looking pretty good. Raindrop on Snaking, absolutely saving his life there against Reaper Scythe combos. So Zai getting a little desperate for kills, but he's still doing all right. But now it's pretty even right now, so things are going good for Tundra.
This is a really nice stack here, though, for Matu that he's taking right now. He even picks up the Possessed Mask, so things are really turning up Luna this game. Middle lane, Dream Coil will get used. They are leashed up. They get off the Avalanche, though, and Yapster, of course, is here. They do spot out 9 going behind the tower, but again, they just don't have that lockdown right now. As the smoke does break, 33 gets spotted over in the river.
Yeah, a little unfortunate. They were almost for sure going to want to do Primal Split with the Coil instead, but 9 forced to use it defensively. He's going to have to go the long way back to his lane. I mean, it buys time for Skeeter, I guess, but the net worths are looking scary. Matoma Man's got 1,300 more gold than Lifestealer does right now at the 10-minute mark. So a lot of net worth on Luna. If they can pick him off in fights, things will be fine for Tundra. And Enigma usually does that pretty well with Black Hole, so that'd be a huge kill to guarantee if they can do it.
I mean, that's just the nature of a Luna, though, especially against the Lifestealer, right? It's just the situation that's going to occur, especially when you have someone making stacks for you. But, second plays here over on the side of Tundra as there's a lot of focus here on this mid tower. They want to chip it down. They want to secure that. And smoke comes out, though, from the side of Tundra, hoping that maybe they can find something. They do have the Black Hole available if they would like to use it. They've got Split and, of course, the Macro Pyre. But who are they going to find is the real question, because nobody is hanging out in this bottom area.
They ignored both Nisha and Tuss. They definitely spotted them at least a little bit here. Fada's trying to spot rotations. This Sentry is likely going to... Oh, he gets a D-ward. Nicely done.
Yapster, though, realizing that something feels a little bit off immediately, will try to snowball over to this creep camp. There's out the shards as well, but it looks like Yapster going to be the one who gets ganked here.
Yep, so they were basically moving bottom because they expected Secret to react to the tower pressure, and they ended up getting the jungle kill instead. There's going to be relocate here.
No, there's one of
Tomoman's going to cut this. That didn't work. I mean, it's okay. They got a creep wave, but I think he was hoping to maybe get the deny as well. Didn't get the deny. They killed the creep wave. Not awful for Luna. They'll accelerate a little bit, but now that I've mid.
Yep, the mid lane. They use the Dream Coil. They use the Split, and the Macro Pyre gets dropped on as well. So down will go Zai. Matu is here. Courier will get sniped as well. And it looks like, I'm not sure if Yapster wants to stick around here. Yeah, he's going to get hit with that rock and try to snowball his way back over to the Eidolons. The Ice Path comes through. They've got the double damage over on 9, but eventually Yapster will fall again.
They're doing a really good job with these rotations here. They have used quite a few ultimates, but they haven't used Black Hole yet. That's the important one. And with Snake King picking up level 7 and having this many items, Solar Crest, I guess just Solar Crest, they're in a great position right now to keep map pressure and make sure that their opponents don't just get a free Roche here. So they're balancing their cooldowns really well.
I mean, Solar Crest is just so good right now. Like, it's cheap. It does so much for your team.
Yep. It's mostly a carry item, basically, right? You're going to want to put it on Lifestealer. It's going to give him 65 effectively free attack speed, a little bit of movement speed. It's just going to make him more effective in these crucial moments where they're going for kills.
But while all this is going down, you still have Puppy and Matu, the dynamic duo here, farming up, getting Luna what she needs. Did I see?
What did you see?
Is she going for Butterfly next?
Yep, Manta first, keeping up Butterfly. Butterfly will be really good against the Lifestealer. Very right-click based. Brewmaster Split is right-click based. There's Eidolons. Puck is going to want to right-click effectively. So it'll definitely make her very survivable and difficult to kill in fights. Magic Immunity is, kind of nice, but they actually don't have that much stuff. Like, if you buy BKB versus Enigma, it doesn't always feel like good anyways, because they usually just kill you in Black Hole no matter what. But maybe just better to go these items first to be survivable, and they'll have Necrophos as well to back up the Luna once Zai finishes his mech that he's queuing up. So they've got ways to try to keep Matoma Man alive. But if Tundra can be effective and kill Luna, the fight basically feels over, because Nisha hasn't been able to play an amazing game. He's died one time. They put so much pressure on him with all these stream coils that they've done what the panel asked for. Like, don't let Nisha get out of control. With that said, he's got Blink and 100 gold, so maybe he'll get some cleanup kills. But for now, it's looking great for Tundra.
No, they definitely have that little bit of breathing room that they're looking for. Definitely be a lot harder if Nisha had that Blink Dagger a little bit earlier. So now they do have to be careful, especially Fata. Because if he's a little bit out of position, he can easily get bursted down.
But there's the difference, though, is that he's a very high strength hero. Jakiro has a lot of HP gain, and he's got raindrops as well. You need both of these things to make sure that you are less vulnerable to getting picked off and giving Nisha a chance back into this game. So he's got to carry magic resistance, he's got to carry raindrops, and it's going to be the same thing for Snake King as well. They're both slightly vulnerable right now.
How do you feel about the fact that they've held this black hole? Because I've had different schools of thought. Some say, it's up, you've already got it running, go find yourself a kill with it, even if you only grab one person and, make it value. Is that still, something that should be considered here? Or hold that thought, Nisha with the blink dagger, the snowball, Yapsor. He'll find himself a kill on Fata, but they should be able to turn this back around again as Yapsor is just sort of clicking off in the side as he goes down.
So if they use Black Hole to get a big kill like Luna, it's worth it, I think. But the downside is that then they're going to, everybody in Secret's going to run into the Roche pit and they're going to take Roshan. And that is obviously a very bad thing. So by holding Black Hole and making sure that Snake King doesn't make a mistake, get picked off, then Black Hole's always available and their opponents can't turn an Aegis into another objective or an aggressive team fight that restricts map control for Tundra. So as long as they're still getting kills and they're using lower cooldown ultimates like Puck ulti plus other follow-ups, this is completely fine for Tundra. Because they will have solutions against Luna, even if she's really farmed, because of Midnight Pulse and Black Hole.
Dire are scanning.
Skeeter having a little bit of breathing room in the bottom lane here. Of course, again, Luna sitting at the top of the net worth, but when you've got all those glaives, that's bound to happen. Do have the Maelstrom, though, of course, picked up for the Lifestealer, so it's got his own farming item as well.
It's a decent way to farm. Some people do go like an armlet type build, but Maelstrom will farm a little bit faster for AoE, and considering that he's fought almost never this whole game, this is the right way to play it. He'll go Sanj next. Looks like he's going to go Halberd. Great choice against range carries like Luna. It's a little bit less farm than you'd normally expect out of a Lifestealer, so we'll see if he changes his mind later on that. But if Luna commits to not having BKB, this is going to be an excellent solution against her overwhelming damage in fights.
Otherwise, fairly quiet game, still sitting about less than 1k ahead here on the side of Secret.
And Brewmaster going towards Axe, he's about 1,500 gold away. It's perfect itemization to have for 3-3, actually. It just makes his Brewmaster, even if he's underfarmed, just feel so much more valuable because he will have 2 potential ultimates in a fight. Or he can use 1 ultimate, have a decent fight, and then save the second one for a potential Roche defense, for example. But
That seemed pretty
Secret
value
grouping.
here. Have to be careful. All right, they'll spot out immediately over here onto Nisha. They drop the Midnight Pulse, though. Snake King waiting patiently, sitting off to the side. There's going to be a heal, and they're going to tell about Horn, but that is going to make a problem here for Matu because he doesn't have anyone to protect. He'll turn back around. He does have the Eclipse Snowball duel come out from Yapster. Buy them just a little bit more time, but the Infest Bomb pops out again. They haven't even needed to use this Black Hole as now Yapster. Okay, the follow-up here from Nisha, the Avalanche. Is it enough damage, though? No, 9 is still absolutely fine here as it looks like they might be able to take down Yapster over on the back lines. They've got their eyes on Nisha. They even go for the Black Hole, and they grab off on the side the Necrophos as well. Tundra looking really good here with an excellent team fight and a great use of that first Black Hole.
It was so good. I want to watch that clip again because I think what happened was Nisha jumps in with Blink trying to catch Skeeter, but Skeeter uses Enrage in time, and as a result, Blinks in, gets Enrage off, instant Malphas. They saw him coming is why they knew this was happening. Midnight Pulse as well, so basically Nisha just gets completely caught. They're forced to use Relocate, and Puck then catches Luna on the back line with the Dream Coil, which forces Secret to commit. Snowball is going to buy some time there, but doesn't really do that much, and they are able to focus and kill him. And at that point, the fight looked great. And from here on out, it's just cleanup. Nisha goes back in, but Puck ends up dodging and staying alive, basically, and so then they just get cleanup. And then the Great Black Hole from Snake King as well to guarantee the Necro kill and the Tusk kill that was likely anyways. Oh, what a beautiful fight for Tundra.
That Ice Path is just a little bit off there. Otherwise, they would have been able to clean up Puppy. Is that a situation where they shouldn't have saved Yapster?
Shouldn't have saved Yapster. Or you mean Nisha?
No. Hold on 1 second here as they do find Matu.
Huge kill. Now they got Blink Dagger on Snake King to do Infest Bombs, and Puck naturally will be great in mobile and able to get these kills. So at this point, I gotta say that I wish he had a BKB.
Yeah, well, I think he does as well. 9 finally will get slain by the side of Secret, but it takes quite a few heroes to do it.
Absolutely good trade, though. I mean, that was their big net worth hero. They killed the Luna ahead of time, so everything is looking fine for them. They're just going to hold the high ground here.
Puppy was trying to zip away here too, Yapsor, but not going to be able to do it as Zai comes back and pops that
Nice
mech,
path.
but
Boosts his mobility from the tether, and they guarantee the kill. Fada's itemization, very smart. Fluffy hat into Vitality Booster. He's just rushing Aeon Disc. He knows what's going to happen here. If he just stays alive from getting bursted by either like Tusk combo into Reaper Scythe or Tiny combo into Reaper Scythe, then he's just going to be able to continue casting Ice Paths and Dual Breaths, and those skills are really, really useful this game.
yeah, he's been really, really on point with a lot of these ice paths too. Very nice setup here. Again, this is a hero that Fata plays quite a bit of. And that's the Ags completed now for the Brewmaster.
Great. I could maybe see 3-3 by the Shard this game. I tried the Primal Split one with that Void Ruling. It was garbage when it first came out, but it's a little better now. You can actually use it twice in a split instead of before it was like basically just once. Fata might be in trouble here.
Yeah,
He's in trouble.
Yeah, he gets separated from the rest of the team. They even go and they use the Scythe just for good measure, so they'll end up losing Fata, but that is, of course,
Kill.
Reaper Scythe down.
But importantly, 25 seconds added respawn time basically doubles his respawn. This gives him a much bigger window to pressure Roche now. Because Fata is still important. If you sit behind your teammates when they get aggressive, you're landing 2 or 3 ice paths per team fight. Completely changes the outcome. And now they just get to take Roche. So big grab here. Tundra's going to try to slow it down though.
Have to be careful, Yapster sitting a little bit low. That Dream Coil coming in, plus the Infest Bomb popping right back out again. It's a beautiful Eclipse coming out from Luna, but it just doesn't seem to matter too badly as they do buy back now over onto the Tusk. They have to protect Matu. Is disarmed, will be thrown up into the air. Puppy doing the best that he can, trying to keep this Luna alive.
That was a relocate, but he broke it with the stone toss.
Now the chase
He's got
is
another
on.
ultimate.
They're waiting. They see Zai. He's ticking down some of this magic damage. They drop the Macropyre plus the Ice Path like we've seen before. Matu waiting over here on the high ground. They're going to try to keep him alive, but not quite enough healing to keep Zai going here. As he does buy back, Yapster now he is stuck between a lot of heroes. Another nice Ice Path will slow him down and hold him into place.
Fata's owning this fight here.
He's looking
Great
great.
chases so far. Fighting really well. They got in there. They spread Secret out. Great interruption for the relocate there. With relocate being wasted like that, they basically just didn't have a good reset when Zai was out of position there. And Necrovos is a very slow hero, guys. Takes them a long time to get back to safety. And now Tundra is the one that look like they're going to Aegis, but we'll see.
They want to go in, but they don't have the Eclipse anymore. Okay, Nisha opening up with the Avatar. Will find the kill on Fata immediately, but it doesn't matter because Skeeter's already got the Aegis. And look at that black hole on the side of Secret. They're just holding them all into place. This damage plus the Midnight Pulse. This Luna trying the best. She cannot stay alive though, despite Puppy holding on. And Zai's left over on the back lines. Avalanche does slow them down, but they've hitched a ride here over here on 9. He would love to get a kill. Might have to just settle for Puppy over here. He waits patiently. The silence not quite connecting, but you know what? Puppy at the last second, is he going to make it out alive? Nisha trying to punish them for going a little bit too far. 9 will fall, but over on the back lines here is Zai. He's going to get taken out by 33.
Pretty big mistake there by 9, actually. He missed his Waning Rift silence on the
Just a
puck
little
in
bit
there,
off.
on the IO.
But
Yeah,
Nisha
so
chasing after 33 here. Does have Puppy. He does have the Blink Dagger, but is going to get interrupted.
Radiant's top tower.
all right, still looking good for him. I mean, they still have Aegis sitting on Lifestealer. Lifestealer is getting close to his Scotty now, which is going to give him huge advantage against Luna. Luna's a ranged hero, so Scotty works better against ranged heroes, and it reduces regen, lifesteal, spell lifesteal. So the natural lifesteal that Luna's going to want to build, the heals that come from IO are going to be reduced. It's going to be really nasty when he finishes it. Here's the initiation. Fada gets nothing off. Dreamco lands on 3, which is great,
Oof,
but
that
man,
black
Snake King jumps
hole.
in.
It was set up beautifully by 9 there, have to say.
It was. And the best interruption to Snake King's black hole is basically Tiny or Lucent Beam. And both of those guys got grouped up. Tiny went in right away. Luna was right there. So it just gave him open season to jump in and grab that great black hole. But here's 9's mistake.
Yeah,
Trying to play for both. Silence was too far. And as a result, Puppy jumps across. He chases because he really wants this kill. And then he just gets punished.
All right, well, Smoke over on the side of Tundra now. They're combing through the Radiant jungle, placing down some wards. They took a great fight there. They'd like to get another pick off if possible. And Matu doing the best he can. He's got that butterfly completed up. The rest of the side of Secret playing around him here in this top area.
Still doesn't want to BKB. He wants to go Satanic first.
Do you like this?
Okay.
I mean, I understand, like, the black hole, again, it's not going to matter if you've got a BKB, but I feel like, the Midnight Pulse does a lot, plus the puck damage coming out, too, and
It's not terrible. I mean, again, Satanic does have a Dispel now, so it will give him some soft solutions against things like Malefice
That's
or
true.
Dual Breath. Like, there are certain, or Silence. There's certainly things that it's going to be really effective against, but it's a little scary, especially knowing that Skeeter is literally about to finish Scotty. That's going to undercut a lot of what the item provides in terms of raw survivability, so we'll see how it matches up with Skeeter's item timing, but very good of Skeeter to, like, fully itemize, not to make Lifestealer good, but to be a Luna counter. He's done that with basically his last two items. Scotty and Halberd are both going to do this well.
pressure being placed over on the bottom tower. And again, Secret just playing in the top area. But this bottom tower is going to go down. And the blink is picked up now for 9. So he's already had some very nice initiations. And these initiations are only going to get better.
They're controlling the side of the map really well so far. And it just gets a little bit scarier, I think, for Secret as time goes on. Because this Enigma Force completely paid off. Sinking is 2-0 and 11 right now. His net worth is 4th highest in the game. He's got more net worth than the enemy mid and the enemy offlane. It's insane. He's almost, I think he's got BKB coming too. And once BKB comes, the only thing that's interrupting his ulti, Walrus Punch, which isn't going to work, or Reaper Scythe.
Yeah, not super great here. As 9 just following over here. They have the dust. They should be able to clean up on Yapsor. And there's a BKB. Oh my goodness.
Yep, there it is.
Yep.
He's in such a good position. No greed at all. Helping to push towers to Lifestealers, just slapping buildings, doesn't care about any of this damage. Just got utter survivability with this itemization. A little bit less damage, but as the Luna counter or the Necrophos counter, it's a perfect build.
I don't know how they approach this now. I almost would have liked to have seen, something else in terms of initiation coming out from the side of Secret, because Nisha, we saw in the past, he jumps forward, but they're just so fast with their fingers on getting that rage off.
I think Nisha got spotted. Dave ulti? No, he did not.
Take down all the trees in the hunt to find him, but he's already out. And
Yeah, if 9 had Dream Coil, that was a kill.
We do have the BKB now on Matu, and I think that's a good choice here. They do
Okay.
manage to get the kill on Foster's Courier as well, so a little silver lining here.
So he went back. Skeeter might... Oh, never mind. Yeah, if they went back for the BKB for safety, probably just by far the safer thing to do. And he's going all right-click talents as well, so this is like traditional Luna that we're seeing. Fada getting a lot of D wards here. They find Tusk.
Yep, Sir has been the one that's consistently been found. Good blink away, though. Still think this is not looking great from the Shards coming to play, but 9 is here with the Lifestealer Infest. Don't even bother to go and pop it out. So he just continues to hunt around the area, go over to the enemy triangle, hoping to find some stragglers, but no one's home.
A big pickup for Luna, though. He finds the Paladin Sword, and in a battle of staying alive here, extra lifesteal is going to be great. It gives you 8% spell lifesteal as well, so when he eclipses, he's going to get some heal from those every time.
Oh,
Nice. He
9,
gets gone, though.
immediately finding Matu. Skeeter just chonking away over here, does have the rage. He's going to turn his attention, though, around. Doesn't know how many other people are there. They're a little bit far away from the rest of the Tundra, so they'll back off.
It's kind of funny that in that circumstance, he's like, do I waste BKB or Eclipse to protect myself? He's like, Eclipse.
Yeah.
Eclipse sucks. I just went for it. Didn't care, even though it's a far longer cooldown. BKB timings are massive. Because if he's got his BKB going when he's Midnight Pulsed or something, that's way less damage that you end up taking.
Greaves are finished now for Zai, so that's going to give them a little bit more survivability during these fights. And again, that seems the name of the game is really try to keep this Luna alive at all costs.
And they're just relocating to enemy Ancients because they know that their opponents are not going to be here. So this is the best way for them to get net worth. And they pick up some big neutrals. That's the other cool thing that they got out of this. So,
Oh dear.
Colloquial Flames and an Elven Tunic now. He's not going to probably use Elven Tunic. Another kill.
Yeah, just it feels like Yapster's just been playing up on the side of the jungle quite a bit here. It's the orb. Are they going to be able to scout out Zai? Oh, they have a haster and they're looking, but go the opposite way with the scan. 9 still hunting Zai. Just trying to buy himself some more time over here in the tree line. Does have a teleport if he wants to just leave. He's going Gonna wait patiently though for now.
Ooh, they'll spot
Oh, he's
him.
gonna show up. Oh, this is looking a little bit suspect, but Nisha and Matu are here. Have they baited them? Can they turn this back around? It's a nice stream coil again, over onto 3. Snaking, waiting for the moment. Will jump in with the black hole over onto 3.
God.
The BKB2, it just does not matter. Look at this damage. Again, those creeps coming in handy, buy them just a little bit more time. Matu turning around, trying to put all this damage out over here onto Skeeter. Zai ticking down underneath all this. The slit comes out. The scythe gets dropped as well, so Zai goes down. 9 also gets scythed. And now, Nisha, Ice Path coming out from Fata. They're going to hold them in place. They're just circling right around this Tiny, and he can't hope to do too much here. Skeeter just walks right back in again. Do they have anything to cancel out this TP? Yes, they do. They have enough damage to kill him, so the TP does not even matter.
Really close there, but great team fight up. Huge amount of damage. Basically, Snaking just padding those damage stats for the end of the game without actually doing that much because the heals offset all of that DPS he put out. Puck popped everything, got the Essence Ring off. There was the Greaves from the Necro that basically healed Luna for a huge amount, but at that point, the BKB ran out, and then they just picked him off with regular disables. So Luna not looking strong enough here for the ultimate absolute right-click carry, and it's part of the reason people don't pick her that much. Because Secret wasn't able to get ahead, they weren't able to abuse this like timing window thing that they wanted to with Luna, so she just feels like a normal carry.
Oh dear, the tether breaking as they turn around. They do force out the BKB here on Snake King, but 33 joining on in. Already blinking away. Puppy is going to just be able to tether right back over here. But the blink again coming out from Snake King. Malphus uses that Essence Ring to get a little bit more health, and it looks like Tundra, they're going to back off now. It's a bit of a chase.
They're scared for rotations from Tiny, especially showing up to this engagement, so definitely a lot safer. Secret plays on the map a little bit. They're going to get found by the smoke, I think, but they're going to get spotted after the fact.
Oh, they've got their eyes on Matu yet again, and there's just so much magic damage all over the floor.
God.
Matu trying to buy this as long as he can. The heal coming out from the IO, but eventually he does go down. They'll find the kill on Yapster as well. Zai trying to man fight over here with Fata with all of these Brewlings, and it's just not looking like it's gonna be enough, as now 9 hunting Puppy in the tree line. Doesn't have anything to cancel it out, so he is going to make it out alive as Nisha trying to just blink away, trying to find a place to hide so he can teleport out, but Snaking hot on his heels here, still looking. They'll just throw down some of those Eidolons. Doesn't look like they'll be able to find Nisha in time, so he'll be able to teleport away.
But Ice Path just set them up so well. 19 assists now on Fada, 2, 4, 19. Excellent stats. Ice Path plus the Malefice follow-up, and all of a sudden Luna's at 40% HP. Like, I thought she was going to be relatively okay, but the damage she took was insane with just the Midnight Pulse and the other stuff. So, and now there's an MKD picked up on Life Stealers, so the Butterflies again countered. He's just itemizing because they're ahead. He can just be really safe with his item build. And it just makes Luna look like the only person on the team that can do damage, because Secret has just missed their timing. They did not set the tempo with the Tiny. That didn't allow them to pressure Roche and take towers. Here comes that engagement again. That was Tiny blinking away, so he can't counter-initiate. There's the follow-up disables, the Malefice. 40% HP before she even started this engagement. And unfortunately, Necro was to the upper left, so they weren't able to get the Greaves off to get the big heal that they needed. And as a result, no way for Matoma Man to survive that fight.
It's just looking more and more difficult for this Luna to get anything done this game. The way that Tundra is moving has just been so spot on. And these pickoffs have been excellent.
Happen. And then that was second Roche to give the shard to Enigma, one of the best shards. At least when it first came out of it, I thought it was amazing. Then nobody bought it anymore. But we got it this game. We're going to see some true black hole action, possibly pulling in Necro or other heroes. Oh, fight bot.
Ooh, oh my gosh, they just immediately rip up. Oh god. They just ripped them apart.
They really did. They prepped for that one. I think that was Puck waiting, lying in wait, TPing to the tower or something like that with a Life Stealer, and they end up punishing that relocate.
Look at this 33 just running very forward here. Snake King gonna go and just put a little pressure over on Tanisha. Immediately Greaves coming out from Zai. But there is no Luna here for about 28 seconds still. It's just so scary to try to move forward into this lineup here from Tundra.
And with Liquid Fire minus attack speed that Fada got, Cliffs don't even feel like anything against tier 2s, tier 3s. So every hero on the tower going for racks now. 13 seconds until they can really go in. Trying to get some damage in. Doesn't want Nisha to blink in.
Yeah,
buy some time.
They cancel it out. They're just chewing through Nisha. He doesn't look like he's tanky at all the way that they just attack him. turn their attention right back now onto the buildings. Not much that Zai can do to hope to take them away as they go right down to the bottom area now.
Got another kill, so now they buy more time.
They do. Blink forward here. They see Matu. They'd like to get this kill. Io, though, will be able to tether up. I don't know how you get in there. It's very, very scary.
Under attack.
I wants to tank the alpha if he can, but it's difficult.
It's very difficult, and they have to be so careful they don't group up as the Infest Bomb comes out immediately. They have the BKB over here on the Luna. He's going to try to turn back around, try to get as much damage with this Eclipse as Fata tanking a lot of damage, but Matu, he doesn't default with a beautiful black hole over on this back line. Go right in again. Zai hits the scythe off, finally manages to take down Fata, but over on the back line too, these Brewlings are just battering off over here. Snaking does fall, and then Yapstor next as they're just kiting him. Zai is already trying to get back. He just falls again. All the buybacks coming out right now. They want to fight. They want to just make sure that they can take down Matu, and by God they can. They're chasing Puppy all the way back to the fountain, and Secret just calls it. They realize that they missed those timings, and Tundra just looks too strong as Skeeter goes right into the well.
Man, amazing game for Tundra. I'm really impressed with how they played this one. Everything felt perfect. They did not let Tiny get ahead. They put good rotation pressure onto Nisha to limit his ability to get kills. Puck is also difficult for Tiny to kill as long as he gets the phase shift off at some point during the combo. And then the jungle, the support Enigma that basically jungled from the start ended up being really, really effective. He got good net worth, 3-3 sacrificed himself. 3-3 didn't even die. He was trialing like the first 10 minutes. Like he completely did what he said in the interview. I like playing from behind, and he made almost no mistakes, at least none bad enough for him to die. So amazing game by Tundra there against Team Secret.
Yeah, the synergy coming out from Tundra just looked so excellent, especially, you know, we saw some incredible dream coils coming out from 9. I think he got 3 people several times, and then the black holes. The black holes were fantastic. They just grabbed everyone that they needed to. Like you said, the Luna and the Tiny, the 2 big players here that needed to cancel it out, and he just managed to grab them time after time. Just really solid play coming out from Tundra, and I'm excited to see what our panel has to say about it.
Me too. And I'm also very excited to see the third game between these two teams because I think it's going to be a great one. But first things first, we're going to talk about that second game after this.
My name is Jordan Gilbert, aka Nothing.
Hi, my name is Sue Lee. My handle is Snix. I think it's important for these initiatives to happen. Empathy really, really goes a long way, and it always means so much to us, and I think that's where initiatives like this really help.
I encourage everyone in the community, anytime they see bullying, anytime they see someone getting called names, I encourage you to step up and say something.
Good luck, have fun.
Good luck, have fun.
Start your esports career now at play.eslgaming.com.
come around here, just to watch you be around here, just to what you wanna be. Going all night, keeping my fire alive. You know that I love it this way. You know that I love it this way. Keeping me going all night, keeping my fire alive. You know that I love it this way. No one's gonna stop us now.
In the first game, Team Secret picked PA with the 0% win rate to try and make that work, and they actually were able to make it work. And then in game 2, they thought, let's try this with the Luna as well. Did not work out, and credit to Tundra. They had some brilliantly fought team fights with the black holes from Snaking, of course, the highlight. And yeah, overall, great game from them, and great news for all of you, because we're going to a third game of the series. And yeah, definitely very excited to see what's coming. But first, let's break down a game number 2. I'm here with Kyle and Tigov. And yeah, what is the thing that Tundra, Kyle, did most right to be able to cruise to victory here?
Team. Individually, I think Skeeter's itemization was on point. Fog brought it up a few times during the cast. He went anti-Luna, and that was the one hero Secret had that could potentially get strong enough to actually win this game for them. But yeah, I mean, BKB Enigma, no cancel. What do?
What do?
Yeah, I got to I put my teeth in. We've got to give a lot of props. There you go. That was a mouthful. To, of course, 33 and then Snaking as well. I think 33 didn't die in the entire game. Go straight for the Ags. And I think fundamentally, taking away that first Roshan from Secret, their lineup, it was all about this Luna. They put the Luna into the offlane. They made stacks for the Luna. She was top net worth. She had everything going for her. You know, quickest butterfly on Luna. Everything. You know, it was great. But then when they go for the Roshan, they aren't able to do it quick enough. They get black hole and everything goes a bit wrong from there. You miss that timing. The game is like near impossible.
BKB Enigma guarantees late game team fight. Well, to get through the mid game, you have a brew. I can't remember the true site, but you know, EG Fears complaining. We picked Undying. We still can't fight the Panda. You can't fight the Panda. You just can't. Especially with the fast Ags. Yeah. Indeed.
So
that's actually, I didn't even realize he had the charges. So there's no scenario, there's no window you can fight. And what is the death of a support Wisp draft? It's when you cannot actually take fights. The other team, they didn't kill mid tower in that game.
It's all about timing and momentum, and they didn't really get any, and Brian is going to talk more about that, I believe.
Thank you, Shiver. This game, they had all their eggs in the Luna basket, and we're going to see the beginning of the end for Secret as they attempt to take this fight bottom, and we're going to see a lot of things. The stars disalign for Secret as Yapsor is going to place a ward underneath the Dire ward, and we're now going to see Skeeter actually carrying a sentry of his own, and he's going to get the D ward, and they're going to let this ward on Tundra stay up. So just keep in mind how much this ward is going to be doing, as Tiny's in complete vision. Skeeter looks like he's going to have some sick reactions, but he sees him coming. He has full knowledge of this. And then we're going to also highlight Matumba Man's items as we pause here for a second. They have #1 net worth Luna, 3,000 net worth above anyone else in the game, and he is about 1,000 gold off of his next big item. So he is not strong compared to his timings. They're fighting on enemy vision, and they are just not in a good situation to be able to use Eclipse because you're dealing with a Lifestealer who's magic immune, but also the Bruce split. So we're going to see this first Eclipse by Matumba Man, which he uses to defend himself, and if you look at his overall damage output in that fight, it might as well have been 0. So now we're going to see the next fight, where after that first one, it becomes even harder, where Matumba Man's going to be forced to defensively Eclipse again. Look at those beams. They're hitting literally nothing in this AoE other than the Bruce split, which one of them is magic immune. And we're just going to follow Matumba Man throughout the course of this fight. He's going to get controlled, he gets silenced, forced to use his ultimate, gets thrown up in the air by the tornado, and if we take the impact that you are expected to have based on your net worth, Luna being far above anyone else on his team, we get to see him basically be a spectator to these fights, and because they missed that first timing, it became even harder at the second time with the Roche, and they ended up not being able to rely on the Luna in the end.
Not able to rely on the Luna meant a game lost to them. biggest lesson out of this game?
I think Secret, when their timing is literally one timing, make or break, the game gets really hard. So potentially pivot away from being so specific on get Luna Aegis, try and end the game at that point. And yeah, I think that's the main thing. Just have some kind of versatility in your win condition.
You were laughing. What were you smiling about, Kyle?
I was thinking about the piece Slacks did where he voiced over Luna and talked about how he did like the meme build. That was just going through my head. So
Okay.
I would say make sure.
Don't pick Luna.
Don't pick Luna?
Don't pick Luna in the anime.
Okay.
Yeah. Dragon Knight actually could be, but you
Could be
you gotta
good.
pick the protagonist, not one of the side characters.
Okay, sure. Yeah, that's a great
Great
lesson.
advice.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Does that mean Mirana is also okay?
Yes, definitely.
Great. Well, let's look at that. I mean, great. Yeah. Good advice
Toronto would
from
actually
our resident
fill a lot of
analyst.
holes in that draft.
What?
You know, it allowed them to play faster, more utility, have that vision control that they had access to in the first game. Could be important.
Lesson. Pick hero from anime, but that are only the good
Main
guys
characters.
that are doing well.
No regiments.
So only 2 of them. There's only Mirana and Dragon Knight. We're going to see if they're going to take a place or we're going to see them play in Game 3. I see T-Governor shaking his head disappointingly at Kyle here. While I'm talking, we're going to look at the third game, though. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Backing up, say goodbye, and take a chance at a better life. Memories left behind. Closer now, almost tasted. Hand in hand, we can make it. Oh, risk it all just to survive. Try to build a wall, but we break free. Oh, wow. Shatter all the glass on the ceiling. It's how we survive. Try to build a wall, but we break free. Oh, wow. Shatter all the glass on the ceiling. It's how we survive. It's how we survive.
3, Team Secret versus Tundra Upper Division, Dream League Season 15, powered by Intel. It's 1-1, and one of these two teams is gonna be second in the league. That's right, both of these teams are 1-1 right now, and getting that extra victory all the more important because the whole middle pack is 1-1. Wow, I do love that Thunder coming out. I'm not sure if it's Thundera, but it could be. Why else would that be the Thunder?
I don't know. Avalanche does make a thunderous sound, and there's avalanches in the tundra.
Aren't Tundras flat?
Yes, that's a good point.
All right, well, let's talk about the draft.
Thunderstorm in the Gobi Desert, jeez.
All right, we got Snapfire picked up first by Tundra. Beastmaster, of course, banned out. And Tundra, even though they won against IO, they do want to ban it out this time around. We got a Centaur coming out, though. Probably Zai's hero. He's played that twice so far this season. Both of them were losses, actually.
Are we just going to see the casual Centaur Rubik from Secret? Or do you think that's too generic of a draft for them? They're a little bit more kind of spicier with their picks. To kind of confuse their opponents.
All right, we'll find out.
Yeah, there we go.
No, they go for a Grimstroke.
No reason. Grimstroke even countered is... I don't even know if there is a counter. Like, purging the Inkswell can be annoying, but the hero just gets too much done.
By the way, so far, Snapfire, Secret banned it out every game so far, so... Not this time around.
Yeah, they definitely had planned Centaur as a response. The return mitigating some of the pressure Little Shredder can put on you. You do still have to be cautious.
I actually don't mind this going into game 3 because when you ban out a hero in the entire series and you get given it in the third game, you're like, oh, wow, let's go give him the hero. Do you want to pick it, guys? Sure. And then Secret's response is pretty nice. You know, you've got the Centaur, I think, is the main factor here just because when you use Mono Kisses, there's no hard lockdown, you can just disengage straight away. Suddenly, this big ultimate is wasted. But, of course, Snapfire nowadays is just about the Solar Crest and the Little Shredder.
Yeah, totally agree. It's the difference in drafting style, right? Puppy famously will give you what you want and have an answer to it. And in this case, I'm sure that they were very prepared with this opener.
I like this actually from Tundra because it's like the idea of we just spoke about movement, and now like heroes that counter Centaur, heroes that can prevent that movement, be it hard lockdown, be it Mars Arena, and then Bloodseeker, of course, with Rupture. So if Secret wants to kind of put this kind of 4 protect 1 style maybe into play, then that 1 will just get ruptured and the Stampede is kind of fully mitigated. This is where Secret needs to pivot on having a dual core setup to kind of win conditions to some degree so that this rupture isn't just, maximum value. Like we saw in that previous game, it was Luna v the world. Black Hole Luna, win the game.
We'll see, I don't think that they're gonna give them... I suppose Enigma wouldn't be too devastating to deal with what Secret have so far. I think that hero's certainly underrated. Consider Beastmaster, after the removal of Necrobook, has a whole other way to play now that makes him super viable. I think that Enigma is the same, where, yeah, you can't go for that really early Necro 3 pressure, but you're still a game winner with Blink BKB.
Yeah, for Tundra's this draft, it feels a lot more fight-centric. I think, yeah, they're looking to be just brawlers and really collapse Snap and Secret. They can sometimes fall victim with some of their drafts where they don't have enough proactive heroes, and they look for, playing underneath their objectives, playing defensive, and waiting for their opponents to make mistakes. And I think Tundra in game 2, their performance, as soon as that laning phase collapsed, it felt near flawless. So I think Secret needs to make sure they have some versatility to ensure they can actually, actually look to take a fight is the key thing.
And they don't have the easy Spirit synergy with Grimstroke, because to pick Void Spirit into Bloodseeker is a bit tricky. I like that they banned the Enigma. Don't give them another easy win condition. Secret, they team fight probably better than anybody else in Dota. I think between them, Enigma and OG, you're going to have a bit of a discussion. Especially because some people say, well, Europe didn't do well at the main